In this video, we're going to simplify this little bit of a radical mess here. We have -4 square root of -56 plus the square root of -28, all being divided by -32. So we have a lot of negatives flying around. We have some radicals flying around. So the first thing you want to do is just start breaking things down. So what I'm noticing right away is I see this radical of -56. So that negative is inside a radical. I know I'm going to pull an I out. So I'm going to have like -4i, but we have that square root of 56 still that we have to deal with. Same thing over here with -28. I know I'm going to pull an I out because square root of -1 is I. So we want to pull an I out there. So let's first deal with the square root of 56. So 56 is, you can think of it as like 7 times 8, or if you want to try to find that largest perfect square, which I think would be just 4, right? 4 times 14. 56 divided by 4 is 14. So here, the largest perfect square is 4. So the square root of 4 is 2 root 14, because 14 is 7 times 2. So there's nothing else that we can do with that. All right. So then from here we get, so here's where we have to be careful, because I had -4i because I pulled out that negative to call I. So I have this -4 here. So when I rewrite this, I have -4 times that 2. So I did the square root of 56 as 4 times 14. Square root of 4 was 2. So that's where I'm getting this 2 from. It comes out of the radical. Then I have 2 times -4. So then I'm going to do -8. I'm going to get -8 there. So I'm going to have -8. Let me erase this. So I have -8i square root of 14. Plus, over here, I pulled out I from that negative. Now I have to deal with 28. So 28 is 7 times 4. Square root of 4 is 2. And then we still have that 7 left on the inside. So I'm going to have, and then I have nothing to multiply on the outside of this one because it's just 1 square root of -28. So I just pulled out 2i essentially. So I'm going to have 2i square root of 7. And going back to 56 real quick, I just want to talk about this in a different light. Like 4 times 14 is probably not just like back of the hand, like that. I think it's this. But you could also do 7 times 8, but then what ends up happening is 8 can break down to 4 times 2, and then you see like, oh, 4 is square root of 4 is 2, and then you're still left with 2 times 7 on the inside. So you still get 2 root 14 either way, but there are multiple methods of going through and breaking that down. Okay, so now let's continue on. So we have -32. Okay, so from here, we have not really a ton of options other than to notice that I have an 8 and a 2. So I can factor out a 2, and the reason I want to do that is first because I have a GCF of 2, then also this 2 is going to simplify with the 32. So we can factor out a 2, and we also want to probably factor out a negative, because we have this negative on the bottom. So I could factor out a negative because we have that leading negative. So I'm going to take out a negative, which then is going to make this positive 4i root 14, because 8 divided by 2 is 4. And then I took out the negative, so it becomes positive. Then over here, this was positive, so it's going to become negative. And then I'm just left with the I root 7 all over -32. So then now we can simplify negative over negative as a positive. So right here, negative over negative is a positive. 2 over 32 is going to simplify down to 16 on the bottom with 4i root 14 minus I root 7. And then that would be simplified. Going back to this step real fast right here. This is a must, taking out the 2, because the 2 is going to simplify with the 32 and then simplify that. So yeah, that's a fun one. I like simplifying radicals. You know, they get pretty interesting when you get a little bit more complicated, but with the negatives, especially pulling out i's, and then, oh my goodness. I'm just realizing I could take out I. How did I not catch that? Yeah, so I'm going to take out I. So that is going to make it I for root 14 minus root 7 over 16. Wow. Yeah, I completely just blinked on that one. I could take out an I because I have I in both terms. So I could take out an I. That's also a must. You got to take out 2, like I said, and then you got to take out I. So I took out that I. Yeah, good catch. Good catch there. Almost missed that. And then you could factor out a 7 from inside. No, I'm just joking. You can't do that. But yeah, so you got to make sure you simplify those radicals completely all the way down and then factor out, especially when you can simplify. So hopefully this helps you.